woke up to my own reflection in the mirror, smiling wider than I ever could. It whispered, "I've been waiting for you to join us." As a child, I used to play hide and seek with my imaginary friend. Now, as an adult, I can still hear his laughter echoing through the empty rooms of my home. My wife called me from the kitchen, so I went downstairs to join her. As I reached the last step, I saw her standing in the doorway, pale and lifeless, whispering, "I never called you." I received a text from my mom saying she missed me and wanted to see me. Confused, I glanced at her framed picture on the wall, and she whispered, "I never sent that message." The shadows under my bed whispered, "Don't look up. We're not alone down here." I've never dared to glance at the ceiling since. I woke up paralyzed, unable to move or speak, as a dark figure leaned over me and whispered, "I've been watching you sleep for years." I found an old family album, and as I flipped through the pages, I saw a photo of me taken tomorrow, smiling beside unfamiliar faces. My daughter told me about her new friend, the man in the closet. I didn't believe her until I saw his reflection in the mirror behind me. I kept hearing scratching sounds coming from the walls, and when I finally opened one up, I found a diary from a previous tenant detailing my every move. The last thing I heard before the power went out was the TV saying, "Don't worry, the darkness is here to protect you." It's been pitch black ever since. I received a call from my own number, and a voice on the other end whispered, "You shouldn't have picked up. Now they know you can hear them." My reflection in the mirror blinked, but I didn't. It grinned and said, "I've been practicing." I discovered an old family video where my parents sang me a lullaby every night. The chilling part? I was adopted and didn't have parents until the day after the video was recorded. The medicine cabinet mirror showed a reflection of my bathroom, but the blood-stained walls behind me didn't match the clean tiles in front. I thought I was alone in the house until I heard my daughter giggling in her room. I don't have a daughter. My wife hugged me tightly, whispering, "I love you even if you're not really you." I looked into her eyes and they reflected someone else entirely. I heard a knock at the door, and when I answered, I found a package containing pictures of me sleeping, taken from inside my bedroom. The note I found in my pocket simply read, "You're next. I live alone." My reflection started crying in the mirror, begging me to let it out. I never blinked again. As I scrolled through social media, I came across a picture of my funeral with the caption, "They still don't know I'm here." I woke up to the sound of my own voice whispering, "I see you from the closet mirror, but I live alone and my lips hadn't moved." The scratching under my bed grew louder, so I reached down to reassure my dog, only to find him sleeping peacefully by my side. As I tucked my daughter into bed, she whispered, "Mommy, there's a monster in my closet." I smiled, saying monsters weren't real, but froze when she added, "It's standing right behind you." The mirror reflected my terrified face as I watched my own reflection blink when I didn't. After my wife died, I kept hearing her humming our favorite song. The haunting melody continued, even after I sold the music box that played it. My phone buzzed with a new text from my best friend. "Help! I'm stuck in your basement." I gasped when I read it, realizing my friend had died 3 years ago. The footsteps following me in the dark alley matched my pace exactly. I shuddered when I remembered I was walking alone. I saw my family waving at me from the other side of the lake, so I swam towards them, but the figures disappeared as the water turned crimson around me. The voice on the baby monitor sang a lullaby, but my wife and I were paralyzed in horror as we stared at the empty crib. I found a diary in the attic dated 100 years ago, and the last entry read, "It watches from the shadows Now it knows I've seen it. The eerie laughter echoed through the abandoned amusement park, but I was alone, until the Ferris wheel started turning on its own. I woke up in a coffin, buried alive, and as I screamed, I felt something crawling on my skin. The earthworms had found me. The old man at the antique store sold me a cursed mirror, and every night, my reflection aged while I remained frozen in time. I received a photo of myself sleeping with a caption, "Sweet dreams." The problem was, I lived alone, and the picture was taken from the foot of my bed. The shadows in my room whispered secrets, but when I turned on the light, they slithered away, leaving behind an unsettling silence. I received a letter from my deceased sister, telling me she missed our talks. The letter arrived with no return address and a scent of her favorite perfume. The child's laughter echoed in my empty house, but I haven't seen my daughter since the car accident last year.